Today I'm painting a robin in watercolour for a nice slow ASMR art session. I'll also be using a pen to add in some scratchy line work at the end. So it should be a really relaxing video with lots of calming sounds. So let's start off by laying in a base of Indian yellow. I'll keep a bit of space down at the bottom here for the bird's white plumage, that soft belly area where the feathers are much lighter and slightly fluffier. Now I'll start deepening up that colour with yellow ochre. Getting that colour around the head, the mantle and the tail feathers. This isn't a canary, I promise. I just favour these bright tones for my undercoats. Now those lighter tones are in, I'll start building up the brown feathers with burnt umber. I'll just gently brush that in, moving my brush strokes in the direction of the feather groups. And a smidge darker now. A few flicks of that to start separating out the feather layers a bit and add some shape. Now's the bit where we start making this look a little bit more like a robin, as we add its signature red chest. Let's start off with some orange for that. And use a small amount of Prussian blue for shading, just to add some dimension around the breast and under the wing. get a bit of that in the underside of the beak too, where the shadows naturally tuck in. And let's paint in a branch for it to be perched on. Yellow ochre for that. Sweep in some burnt umber too. Let's dab some water on that so they gently blend together. A bit more yellow ochre now as we start brushing in the legs. Being careful here to control the brush and keep them nice and dainty. The eye, let's use indigo for that. Leave a bit of space where the light hits, a tiny sparkle to bring it to life. I think I'll use some more of that colour to deepen the shadows around the head and just beneath the wing. And that should start giving us a bit more contrast and weight. Back to the chest. Time to splash on a bit of orange and deepen up the colour a tad. And I think I might dab in a little cadmium red hue for some subtle variation and to give that warm glowing centre to the robin's marking. I feel like I need some more burnt umber on the lower body here. I'll use my fingers for that. I quite like the texture that gives, especially along the softer belly feathers. I also want to give these legs a bit more warmth with Naples yellow mixed with a little cadmium red hue. Just the smallest amount of that. Being careful not to overdo it. I'm going to get my fingers messy again, this time with Prussian blue. Get in that area where the chest transitions into the brown feathers on the sides. Now I'll use a pen for some fine detail. Bring it all together and make it look a little bit more confident. I love these little tiny scratchy sounds from the nib. And there we have it. A cute little robin. I hope you enjoyed slowing down with me a bit today. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you again soon.